Okay, it is Friday the 7th of November. That's my 2-minute warning. The opening bell's coming around. And already did some trading this morning. And I'm close to what I consider my daily profit limit. I have it set currently for a $2,700 daily profit limit, $1,000 daily loss limit. So if my profits reach $2,700, platform will close me out. I'll be done for the day. If I'm at any point down $1,000 on the day, so I might lose $500 on one trade, $300 on another trade, and if I place a third trade and that trade's down by $200 or more, platform will close me out and I'll be done for the day. Let's see here. So anyway, I'm up. I'll just bring it over. It's Friday. Whoops, that's not it. I need my screen shot. Let me just take a shot. Oh, that didn't work. Did that work? Oh, having some problems here. All right. So this is where I am. I gotta stop. I gotta get my order in here. 24.25. Oh, come on, man. Now it's a race.
Order submitted.
24.25 and it's the low. 75.25. No, it's a real race now. Oh, Ninja Trader is a real pain in the... Forgot about that.
Order submitted.
So this is Sim. It's all I was
Order
getting to
filled.
was I'm not going to do any more trading. It's Friday. I'm happy. Had a great week. This is set up to do 2 contracts, take profits at $600.
Target filled.
Target filled. So if I had taken that,
Order canceled.
would not have gotten all the way to the target because it would have closed me out before it got there. But this is, again, fixed bar trading. I was up early. This is not typically a fixed bar, but it is a reversal bar. We were reversing, so you can see how NQ last night broke below yesterday's low and rallied. Tried to get above yesterday's close and failed. Poked briefly below yesterday's low. It tried to rally it again, but then it broke below and closed. Rallied back to yesterday's low. So I was here, and it was just an easy trade. And actually, this is one where started with 3, and I took like, I guess I took 2 off at the 61.8, and I let the other one go to the full target, the full 1-to-1. So the way it worked out, there I go. And I was thinking, well, and then I did enter an order because this is a fixed bar. So I had a buy stop above, sell stop below, did not trigger. Inside bar, I just left the orders go. And this actually triggered a short off the inside bar, but I didn't move my order there. And then we have this other inside bar, and this is always going to be a fixed bar. But at this point, I was like, look at this trading range. It's Friday. I don't know where the market's going. I had no reason to try to, sneak another $400 because if I had tried to get that last $400 to bring me to $2,700 on a day, don't you know that would have been the trade that would have took me for a $600 loss. Then it'd be $1,000 away. And I know myself well enough to know that even though I'm the beneficiary of the roulette epiphany, I'm still susceptible to, I control that VidVad who used to FOMO, revenge trade, over leverage. I control that VidVad and try to keep that VidVad under wraps and instead deploy the VidVad who follows his rules, takes only the setups his method gives him, is patient, thinks in terms of weeks and months, never today or even tomorrow. So those are two different VidVads that are inside me. I am that awareness of those VidVads. And I try to remain there because at any time, either one of those VidVads could take over. And even if I let the good VidVad take over, that can sort of free up the bad VidVad to come in and try to take control. So I need to always remain mindful of exactly who I am, right? I am not my ego, right? That's the philosophy behind this. You're the awareness of what your ego wants. So, at any rate, I decided since it was a good week, averaged well over $2,000 a day this week in profits. I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to stick it. And I'll be back on Monday to again start a new week of trading my money account. But I do like to stay sharp. I don't want to just quit on the market. I like to stick around for the first half hour. And so that's what I'm going to do right now. And put the risk reward tool on here. So again, I was using an automated trade management strategy that traded 2 contracts, took 15 points. That's because of the proximity to the Globex low. You never know. Obviously, I could have traded 3 contracts, took 2 at the 61.8 and 1 here. And I would do that if the market had rallied again up closer to yesterday's low and we had the fixed bar was up here. So there just wasn't enough room. You never know when you're going to get a bounce off the Globex low, and that turns out to be the low of the day. And the NQ can rip 300 points in a minute if it wants to. Look, we're from 125, 124. We just broke 25. There's 125 points. Crazy. But again, once in a while, I do get messages at Forex Factory in response to these videos, and I can't tell you how many times I'll get the message, but VidVad, the market dropped 200 points. You could have made $4,000. Why didn't you hold it? And again, that's a perspective on the market that I had for a long time, and I'm now thankfully done with. I don't know where it's going, but I do know that 60 to 80% of the time when this happens, it's going to at least here. Well, actually, it's going to at least here, this low, because this is close to the Globex low. But that's all I know. And that's not even that I don't know for certain it's even going here. So that's why I always have a stop And this would have been a $600 stop. So I was willing to risk 15 up, 15 down. But always have a stop loss and always have a take profit. That's the VidVad way these days. That's the way of the roulette epiphany. Because think about the mechanics of roulette. When you place your bet on the roulette wheel, the amount you stand to lose is the amount of your bet. The amount you stand to gain is likewise fixed by the amount of your bet. So, just like roulette, my trading plan allows me to know exactly what I stand to lose if the trade goes to my stop loss before my take profit. And I know exactly what I stand to gain if price goes to my take profit before going to my stop loss. And I'm never sitting here thinking or asking myself, should I move my stop? Where should I put my take profit? Should I move my take profit lower? Should I take my profits now? It's not part of my trading plan. I use automated trade management strategies that I pre-build in NinjaTrader, and that's it. This is a big smash. Holy moly, my short was at 25.75 and we're 150 points down. This is going to be one of those potential $4,000 trades. But I can't, first of all, I didn't even take it in my live account, right? I took it in a sim account. But I can't be sitting here kicking myself going, geez, VidVad, why the heck didn't you stay in? I already know that's bogus. That's not this trading plan. Now, I could design and build a trading plan that would allow me to stay in and be rule-based, but would have to be based on levels. And I would use Fibonacci maths, measured moves. So if I were to take a look here, boy, oh boy. We are down 800 points from yesterday's high. Almost we might be down 1,000 points. That's a $20,000 profit if you had sold the top tick and it gets down to 24.8, which it probably will. Maybe not today, but maybe today. One thing I'd be looking at here is, here was yesterday's range. And a little trouble here. Move it off the screen so it doesn't. Nope. There we go. Now we can see him a little better. So this was yesterday's range. So this, the 23.6, the 38.2, I could use those as take profits. I could also use those as trailing levels. So once price reached the 23.6 extension of yesterday's range, maybe I move my stop loss to break even. Once we get here, maybe I put my stop loss up maybe a point above the 23.6. And then the next level would be the 61.8, which is at 24.811. If it gets there, maybe I move my stop to a point above the 38.2. And then I would definitely take profit. Wait, hold on a second here. My NinjaTrader's acting slow. I think it's because go to 100 points. This back. Let's do it like this. And then this would be my final take profit if it got there. So I could develop easily. I could write rules that would enable me to play for larger targets. However, I would have to accept that most of the time, I'm going to see most of my trades get stopped out, either for a loss or break even. Because what's happening here doesn't happen all that often. And in fact, I'd be risking $1,000 of open profits at this point. And I'm just not that guy. I don't feel comfortable doing that. If you're comfortable, hey, have at it. I would rather have a trading plan which on my worst week is probably going to win 6 out of 10 times. On my best week, I'm going to win 8 out of 10 times. I'd rather trade that type of a trading plan and just accumulate capital, equity, slowly. So yeah, I could have traded. Let me just take a look where my balance is in my live account. Let's just say I could have traded, let's just say 10. Let's just say I could have traded 10 NQs. All right. Got in at 74.75. And that was because we changed 25, 074.75. And let's just say to profit at this 38.2, 24,959. That's 115 and 3/4 points times $20 a point. That's $2,315 on a single contract. So if I traded, I think right now I could get up to 15 NQs. Let's say 15. That's a $34,725 profit on one trade. Wow. That would be terrific. But I'm not that guy. I'm not going to build and attempt to trade a trading plan based on this potential outcome on this particular trade. I'd much rather build a trading plan based on the most probable outcome of hundreds of these trades. And out of that 100, this is maybe this happens twice. But the other 98 times, I'm taking a loss or a very small profit. Not worth it to me. So that's where I am. We got 12 more minutes during this first 30 minutes. And I'm going to, I guess I'll keep watching. Actually, I think I'm going to wait till about 10 minutes too. Then I'll stop the recording, get on with my day. I think I've said some things that are worth saying. And when I say these things, I post these recordings to YouTube or upload them to YouTube, post them to the Price Bob thread at Forex Factory. But I'm really sort of talking to myself. And I figure, well, if what I say to myself, if my self-talk benefits me, maybe it'll benefit, one or two of you folks following along. There's a range. This was yesterday's low. This was the bounce into the close, sold off. made this low in Globex, tried again to go from red to green, from negative to positive, failed. So also could have traded this range, 61.8 target. So I'm trading bars, but you have to get good at identifying ranges. You can't be random. There's three ranges that I see on this chart that are where a day trader could be of interest. This range from this high, which was yesterday's high, to this low, which was yesterday's low. The next range would be from this low to this high, right? That's two ranges. There's actually four ranges. You could trade this high to this low, the breakout of this range, or you could trade the breakout of this range, right? But you got to be able to see these ranges, and then you need to be able to how are you going to do it? So, for example, one trading plan could be, I'm going to trade the breakouts of the previous day's range, right? So I'm going to measure high to low, and I'm going to put a buy stop above the high to go long, sell stop below the low to go short, take profit at a fib extension to 23.6 to 61.8, 38.2, the 50%, which is not, I don't think, technically a Fibonacci number, or a full measured move. And then what's your stop loss? Well, probably going to have to be a percentage of the retracement. So maybe you're going to stop out at 38.2. So if it breaks out of the previous day's range and then comes back into the range and retraces 38.2, 50, 61.8, depends on your money management, right? But you can build plans around anything, but I really, I know forever, in other words, from today till the day I'm no longer on this earth, so long as I'm capable of trading, I am always going to be using levels, mostly Fibonacci extensions, but I also do use my pivotal levels. So example, part of my trading plan is, let me give an example here. Let's just suppose I was trading this range of this bar, or trading it long. If my buy stop was filled at 25,160.75, even though my 61.8 target is at 25,222, I'm going to put my take profit right around 25,197 and 3/4, because that was yesterday's low. I'm going to take my profit at the pivot. That's in my trading plan. If a pivot lies between my entry and my take profit, I adjust my take profit to the pivot. All rules. It makes a huge difference, I'm telling you, if you have rules that take all the discretion, all the confusion, all the uncertainty. The only uncertainty I have is I actually got to pause this and take this call, but I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and okay, now I can't even remember exactly what I was saying, which is going to sound weird when you play this recording, because it's going to seem like from 1 second to the next I blanked out, but that was an important call. I had to take that, and I wish I remember exactly what I was saying, but oh, I think this is it. The only uncertainty that I have when I'm trading is this. I don't know if this particular trade is going to hit my take profit first or my stop loss first. None of my trades are a sure thing. I take losses. this week, in spite of averaging over $2,000 each day in profits, I have had losses. So that's the only uncertainty, however. I never have to think, do I take this trade? If it satisfies the criteria of my trading plan, of course I take that trade. So I don't have to wonder if I'm going to take the trade or not. I don't have to wonder where my stop loss is going to go, where my take profit's going to go. I don't have to say, the take profit is above this low. What should I do? I know what to do already. 100% I know what to do. Like nothing is uncertain other than the outcome of the trade, right? That's it. Let's see here. Just looking. So this week, I in my live money account, total profit was $10,916.72. Winning trades were 77.95%. So, and during the course of the week, at one point, I must have had a few losing trades in a row because my largest drawdown in other words, from where my equity was to its lowest point before making a new equity high, was $1,631.14. And from whatever my lowest point was during the week, my largest run up from that low was $6,605.20. So again, I don't know which trade which will be the profitable trade. I don't know which is going to be the losing trades. I don't know when I'm going to have 2 or 3 losses in a row. I don't know when I'm going to have 4, 5, 6 wins in a row. All I know are my rules. Okay, I did end up talking for the whole first 30 minutes. But that's it. I know my trading plan inside and out. I know at every moment in the market whether I should be long, short, flat, getting stopped out with a loss, or taking my profit. And the only uncertainty I have is if I get a signal bar and I put my order in, I don't know if that order is going to be triggered because price could stay in a trading range. You could be inside bars, inside of for example, this was a signal bar. It never triggered. And traded this inside bar because this is a signal bar. So there are times where signals don't get filled. So I don't know if the signal's going to get filled, the trigger will get filled. And I don't know if it does get filled until the trade is over. I don't know, is it a win or a loss? But everything else, my trading plan does for me. So that's my message for today. That's really, I guess, been my message for the week. And it boils down to this. If you trust your edge and your method, and if you trade only the setups it gives you, if you follow the rules, if you are patient, and if you think in terms of weeks and months, never today or even tomorrow, then you will make a lot of money and you will live a life very few can afford. So I hope everyone has a great trading day. I hope you had a great trading week. If not, work on your trading plan, work on your rules, come back on Monday, make it a great week. And that's it. And then the last thing, next Thursday, November 14th, 2024, is Roulette Epiphany Day. I was able to go back in time. That was one of the days I thought was a good candidate for having been the day that I first watched that Gonzalo Garcia Pelayo video. And I went back through my YouTube history and my trading journal and my notes and my postings at Forex Factory, and forensically, I was able to determine with 100% certainty that November 14th of 2024 was the day of the Roulette Epiphany. So this coming Friday, next Friday, the 14th of November 2025 is Roulette Epiphany Day. Add it to your calendars. It's worth celebrating. Take care. Bye-bye.